Listen carefully, because if you are still here, it means something inside you refused to quit, even when no one was clapping, even when results were slow, even when doubt tried to sit heavy on your chest. And this message is not here to rush you, but to remind you that real power is built in moments exactly like this, when you continue without certainty, when you breathe through pressure instead of running from it, and when you decide to stay steady instead of panicking. You may feel behind, you may feel tired, you may feel like others are moving faster, but speed without direction leads to burnout, while steady movement creates mastery, and mastery lasts. You are not weak for feeling exhausted, you are human, and humans grow strongest not by avoiding pressure but by learning how to carry it without breaking. There will be days when motivation fades completely and discipline feels heavy, and on those days your decision to continue, even gently, even imperfectly, rewires your identity, because identity is built from repetition, not intensity. You are becoming someone who can be trusted by themselves, and that self-trust becomes confidence that does not collapse under criticism or delay. You are learning to respond instead of react, to choose instead of panic, and to move forward without forcing outcomes, and this calm control will separate you from those who burn out early. Fear may visit you when the future feels unclear, but fear is not a stop sign, it is a signal that something meaningful is ahead. Courage is not loud action, it is calm continuation despite uncertainty. Every time you keep going without drama, you strengthen resilience, and resilience is what carries people through long journeys, not excitement. You do not need to fix your entire life today, you only need to take the next honest step and protect your energy while doing it. Rest when needed, slow down without guilt, and adjust without abandoning direction, because rest is not quitting, it is strategy. You are not late, you are aligning. You are not lost, you are preparing, and preparation always comes before expansion. Stay with this message, allow it to walk beside you while you move through your day, reminding you that progress is happening even when it feels quiet, that strength is growing even when it feels invisible, and that if you keep choosing patience, clarity, and consistency, you will arrive somewhere solid, not fragile, somewhere stable, not chaotic, and somewhere worthy of the effort you are putting in right now. Keep going calmly, keep going honestly, keep going without comparison, because this steady path you are on is exactly how long meaningful success is built, and you are already walking it. Stay with these words, because this is the phase where most people stop, not because they are incapable but because they underestimate the power of continuing when nothing feels exciting, and you are still here, which already tells a different story about you. This part of the journey is not about proving anything to the world, it is about proving consistency to yourself. When progress feels slow and motivation does not show up on time, you are learning that your strength is not dependent on mood, applause, or perfect conditions. It is dependent on choice, the quiet choice to keep moving even when doubts whisper that you should pause forever or turn back. There will be moments when your energy feels low and your mind feels crowded, and you wonder if it would be easier to let go, but understand this clearly: letting go of pressure is healthy, letting go of direction is not, and you are learning the difference. You are learning how to slow down without stopping, how to rest without quitting, and how to recalibrate without abandoning your path. This is maturity forming inside you, not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply, the kind of maturity that allows you to handle responsibility, success, and uncertainty without losing yourself. People who rush often collapse when things get heavy, but people who learn patience early build resilience that cannot be shaken. You are becoming resilient now through repetition, through discipline, through staying present. Even when nothing rewards you immediately, fear may still appear, because growth always stretches identity, but fear does not mean failure, it means you are stepping beyond what is familiar, and familiarity has never been the same as destiny. Your future is built in moments like this, when you continue despite uncertainty, when you choose clarity over chaos, and when you trust yourself enough to take the next step without seeing the whole staircase. You do not need to impress anyone right now, you only Need to remain aligned with your values, effort and direction, because alignment compounds into confidence and confidence compounds into results that last. Keep listening, keep breathing, keep showing up calmly, because this phase you are in right now is not delay, it is preparation, and preparation is what makes success sustainable instead of fragile. Continue forward without rushing, without comparing, and without doubting your pace, because the fact that you are still moving, even quietly, already places you ahead of where you used to be, and that progress is real even if no one else can see it yet. Continue listening, because this stage of your journey is shaping the part of you that lasts long after motivation fades and excitement disappears, and most people never stay long enough to build this kind of strength. They stop when things feel ordinary, when progress is quiet, and when effort no longer feels rewarding. But you are still here, and that matters more than you realize. Right now you are learning how to show up without being carried by emotion, and that skill will carry you through pressure, responsibility and uncertainty. Later in life there will be moments when your mind tries to convince you that consistency without visible results is pointless, but those thoughts come from impatience, not truth. Consistency is what builds trust within yourself, and self-trust becomes confidence that does not break when things get difficult. You are becoming someone who does not need constant reassurance to continue, and that independence will protect you when external support is absent. You may feel tired, not because you are weak, but because you are stretching beyond old limits, and growth always demands energy. The difference now is that you are learning how to manage that energy instead of burning it. You are choosing steadiness over extremes, clarity over chaos, and patience over panic, and those choices are quietly rewriting how you respond to challenges. Fear may still appear when the future feels uncertain, but fear no longer controls your actions, because you are learning how to move forward with fear present instead of waiting for it to disappear, and that is real courage, courage that does not need noise or validation. You do not need to rush this process, because rushing creates fragile success, while steady effort creates resilience, and resilience allows you to handle what you earn without losing balance. Remember that discipline is not about punishment, it is about respect. Respect for your goals, your time, and your future self. Every calm decision you make now strengthens the foundation you will stand on later. Keep moving forward without comparing your pace to others, because their path does not carry your responsibilities, your timing, or your purpose. You are not late, you are becoming, and becoming takes time. Stay consistent, stay honest, and stay patient, because what you are building in this quiet phase will support you when life demands more from you, and when that moment comes you will be ready, not because you rushed, but because you endured wisely. Stay with this message, because this is the phase where clarity is built through action, not waiting, and where confidence is formed by movement, not perfection. You may not have every answer right now, and you may not feel completely sure about the outcome, but certainty is not a requirement for progress. Willingness is, and you are showing that willingness by continuing even when the future feels undefined. There will be moments when your mind asks for guarantees, when it wants proof that your effort will pay off, and when it does, remember that no meaningful journey ever begins with full certainty. It begins with trust. Trust in your ability to adapt, trust in your resilience, and trust that you will learn what you need along the way. You are developing that trust now by taking steps without seeing the entire path, and this ability will serve you in every challenge ahead. You are also learning that mistakes are not signals to stop, they are signals to adjust, and adjustment is a sign of intelligence, not weakness. People who fear mistakes remain stuck, but people who learn from them keep evolving, and you are choosing evolution over comfort. There may be days when your progress feels uneven, when some steps feel strong and others feel hesitant, and that unevenness is natural. Growth is not linear, and expecting it to be only creates frustration. You are learning how to stay steady through fluctuations, and that steadiness builds emotional strength. Fear may still rise when responsibility increases or when expectation grow. But fear does not mean you are unprepared, it means you care, and caring combined with discipline creates excellence. You are not required to move fast to be effective, you are required to move honestly and consistently, and that is exactly what you are practicing right now. Keep allowing this message to walk beside you as a reminder that you do not need certainty to continue, you only need commitment to the next step, patience with the process, and respect for your own pace, because every calm choice you make now is preparing you to handle the future with confidence instead of panic, strength instead of stress, and clarity instead of confusion. Keep going without rushing, without comparing, and without doubting your path, because even when it feels unclear, you are moving in the right direction by continuing at all. Stay with this message, because this is the stretch of the journey where endurance is formed, and endurance is what separates those who start from those who finish. You may feel like effort is repeating itself without immediate reward, and that can quietly test your patience, but repetition is not stagnation, it is reinforcement, and reinforcement is how strength becomes reliable. You are learning how to keep moving when novelty fades and when excitement is replaced by responsibility, and this skill will matter more than talent or inspiration ever could. There will be moments when your mind questions whether slow progress is real progress, and in those moments remind yourself that anything built to last grows layer by layer, not all at once. You are adding layers now: discipline, patience, clarity, and emotional control, and these layers create a foundation that does not collapse under pressure. You may notice that you are becoming more selective with your energy, choosing when to push and when to rest, and this selectiveness is not weakness, it is strategy. People who exhaust themselves early rarely last, but people who learn pacing early remain steady through long challenges. You are also learning that rest does not erase commitment, it protects it. Slowing down does not mean losing direction, it means preserving it so that you can continue longer with more focus. Fear may still appear when results take time, but fear loses power when you keep moving anyway, because action weakens doubt and consistency silences inner noise. You are becoming someone who trusts the process instead of demanding immediate proof, and that trust creates calm confidence, confidence that does not shake when timelines change or obstacles appear. You do not need to compare your journey to anyone else, because their circumstances are not yours, and your pace is shaped by your purpose, not their expectations. Keep choosing consistency over urgency, clarity over chaos, and endurance over burnout, because every steady step you take now is shaping a future you will be able to handle without losing balance. This phase is not about speed, it is about staying, and by staying you are proving to yourself that you can finish what you begin, and that belief will carry you further than motivation ever will. Stay with this message, because this is the phase where discipline begins to matter more than motivation, and where most people misunderstand what strength really looks like. Motivation is loud and exciting, but it is temporary, while discipline is quiet, consistent, and reliable, and you are learning how to rely on what stays instead of what fades. There will be days when you do not feel driven, when excitement is low, and when the effort feels ordinary. And those days are not setbacks, they are training grounds, because discipline built during low emotion is what carries you when life becomes demanding. You are becoming someone who can move forward without needing to feel inspired, and that ability creates stability in every area of life: work, relationships, and personal growth. You may notice that your actions are becoming less dependent on mood and more aligned with intention, and this shift is powerful because intention gives direction. Even when emotion is unstable, there will be moments when doubts surface, asking whether continuing without passion is worth it, and when they do, remember that passion returns to those who stay consistent long enough to deserve it. You are not losing passion, you are building the structure that allows passion to last without burning you out. You are also learning that discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect, it is the decision to honor your goals even when the process feels slow and Unglamorous fear may appear when responsibility increases or when expectations rise, but fear does not mean stop, it means grow, and you are growing by choosing steady action instead of avoidance. Every time you show up calmly without drama, you reinforce trust in yourself, and self-trust becomes confidence that does not collapse under pressure. Keep choosing discipline over comfort and consistency over intensity, because intensity fades, but consistency compounds. You do not need to rush or prove anything right now. You only need to keep showing up honestly at your own pace, because the person you are becoming through this discipline will be able to handle success, pressure, and challenge without losing balance, and that is real strength built quietly, one steady choice at a time. Stay with this message, because this is where inner strength settles into your character, not as excitement but as reliability, and reliability is what makes a person unshakable when circumstances change. You are learning how to continue without emotional highs, how to remain steady when things feel ordinary, and how to trust your direction even when validation is absent. And this is not a small skill, it is a rare one. Many people can start, but very few can stay when the noise fades and the work becomes quiet. You are becoming someone who stays, and that choice alone is reshaping your future. There will be moments when distractions try to pull you away, offering shortcuts, comfort, or escape, and in those moments remember that focus is not about force, it is about priority, and you are learning how to prioritize what matters even when it does not feel urgent. You are also learning that progress does not always feel like movement. Sometimes it feels like restraint, choosing not to quit, choosing not to overreact, choosing not to abandon your path during temporary discomfort, and that restraint builds emotional control. Emotional control leads to clear thinking, and clear thinking leads to better decisions. You may notice that you are reacting less impulsively and responding more intentionally, and this shift may feel subtle, but it is powerful, because it means you are no longer controlled by circumstance, you are directing yourself. Fear may still appear when expectations grow or when responsibility feels heavy, but fear no longer stops you, because you are learning how to move with fear instead of waiting for it to disappear, and that ability will serve you for the rest of your life. You are not chasing motivation anymore, you are building momentum, and momentum grows from consistency, not excitement. Every steady action you take reinforces trust in yourself, and self-trust becomes confidence that does not need approval. Keep choosing to stay when it would be easier to stop. Keep choosing patience when speed is tempting, and keep choosing discipline when comfort calls, because this quiet consistency you are practicing now is what will allow you to stand firm when challenges increase and opportunities expand. You are not just moving forward, you are becoming stable enough to carry what comes next, and that stability is what turns effort into lasting success. Stay with this message, because this is the stage where silence replaces excitement, and silence is not absence, it is proof that you are no longer dependent on noise to move forward. You are learning how to trust yourself without constant feedback, and that trust is built through repetition, patience, and honest effort. Even when nothing dramatic is happening, there will be times when the path feels quiet, almost too quiet, and you may wonder if you are still moving, but understand that quiet often means focus. Distractions have fallen away, and what remains is direction. You are no longer pulled by every impulse, opinion, or comparison. You are choosing deliberately, and that choice creates control over your time, energy, and future. You may feel moments of doubt, questioning whether your calm approach will really lead somewhere meaningful, but calm is not complacency, it is clarity, and clarity allows you to see obstacles early, adjust wisely, and continue without panic. You are becoming someone who does not need chaos to feel productive, and that will protect you from burnout. When pressure increases, there will be moments when others seem louder, faster, or more visible, and comparison may try to enter your thoughts, but comparison ignores depth, timing, and sustainability. Your journey is not delayed, it is developing, and development takes time. You are building the ability to handle outcomes, not just reach them, and that ability is rare. Fear may still appear when the future feels uncertain, but choose patience over panic and consistency over impulse. You reinforce self-trust, and self-trust becomes confidence that does not fade when conditions change. You are not required to rush to prove anything. You are required to stay aligned with your values, effort, and direction, and you are doing that now even when it feels quiet. Keep trusting your pace, keep honoring your process, and keep showing up calmly, because this quiet phase is not empty, it is foundational, and foundations determine how high you can build without falling. You are not slowing down, you are stabilizing, and stability is what allows long-term success to stand strong when life tests it. Stay with this message, because this is the point where doubt often grows louder, not because you are doing something wrong, but because you are doing something real, and real progress always challenges the old limits of who you believed you were. You may notice questions rising, asking whether this effort is worth it, whether the direction is right, and whether you should have seen bigger results by now. And when those questions appear, remember that doubt does not arrive to stop you, it arrives to test your commitment. You are learning how to stay grounded when uncertainty tries to pull you off course, and that skill will protect you in moments when pressure is high and guidance is unclear. You are not meant to feel confident all the time. You are meant to continue even when confidence wavers, because consistency builds confidence, not the other way around. You are becoming someone who can hold direction without constant reassurance, and that ability creates inner leadership over your choices, emotions, and reactions. There will be moments when external opinions or comparisons try to influence your pace, but you are learning that alignment matters more than approval, and moving in alignment may feel lonely at times, but it prevents regret later. You are also learning that strength does not always look like pushing harder. Sometimes it looks like staying calm when anxiety urges haste, choosing clarity when confusion invites escape, and maintaining discipline when motivation fades. Fear may still surface when responsibility increases or when the outcome matters deeply, but fear no longer controls your actions, because you are learning to act with fear present instead of waiting for it to disappear, and that is resilience. Resilience is built by continuing under imperfect emotional conditions, and you are practicing that now every time you stay focused instead of reacting, every time you choose patience instead of panic, and every time you continue without forcing results. You reinforce trust in yourself, and that trust becomes the foundation for confidence that does not break when circumstances shift. You are not required to know exactly how everything will unfold. You are required to remain steady, honest, and consistent, and that is exactly what you are doing. Keep holding your course, keep protecting your energy, and keep honoring your pace, because this phase is strengthening your ability to stay centered under pressure, and that ability will serve you far beyond this moment. You are not just moving forward, you are learning how to remain stable while doing so, and that is what allows success to last instead of collapse. Stay with this message, because this is the stage where urgency tries to disguise itself as ambition, and rush tries to pretend it is progress, and you are learning how to tell the difference. Ambition rooted in urgency drains you, while ambition rooted in stability sustains you, and you are choosing the kind that lasts. There will be moments when you feel pressure to move faster, to prove more, or to reach milestones simply to quiet the mind, but real growth does not respond to pressure, it responds to consistency, clarity, and patience, and you are practicing all three now. You are learning that slowing your reactions does not slow your progress, it sharpens it, because when you are calm you see options, you make better decisions, and you avoid mistakes created by haste. You are becoming someone who can hold steady when timelines shift, when expectations rise, and when outcomes take longer than planned, and this steadiness is a powerful advantage. You may notice that you no longer feel the need to react immediately to everything, and that pause you take before acting is where wisdom lives. Many people rush and regret, but you are learning how to wait and act deliberately, and that will protect you in high-stakes moments later. Fear may appear when things feel delayed, but delay does not mean denial. It often means preparation, and preparation ensures that when opportunity arrives you can handle it without panic. You are not missing chances, you are building capacity, and capacity determines how far you can go without losing balance. You are also learning that success reached too quickly often collapses, while success built patiently stands firm. You are not here to impress anyone, you are here to build something solid, and solid things take time. Every calm decision you make now, every moment you choose stability over urgency, is reinforcing self-trust, and self-trust becomes confidence that does not waver under pressure. Keep choosing patience over panic and clarity over speed, because this phase is teaching you how to move forward without being driven by fear, and that skill will define your long-term success. You are not slowing down, you are strengthening your foundation, and foundations decide how high you can rise without falling. Keep going steadily, because the way you are moving now is exactly how lasting progress is made, and you are doing it right even when it feels